Every construction project needs to start with a strong, stable foundation. Whether it's a building, a bridge, or a tower, without a solid base, it just won't last. It's true of roads, too. Road damage isn't usually caused by wear. It's caused by problems with its foundation, the subgrade. When planning new roads, or road maintenance, or improvements, municipalities are increasingly relying on cement stabilization to provide a solid, long-lasting subgrade. Cem-Base Incorporated is the leading supplier of cement stabilization services in Northeast Ohio. Paving projects using cement stabilization are always less costly than the traditional method of excavating and filling with stone and fabric. And because the resulting subgrade is more stable and less prone to frost heave, you will also have lower maintenance costs. There are several steps in the Cem-Base process on road reclamation projects. First, 4 inches of the existing asphalt is milled off. Next, a tanker spreads dry CB cement at a controlled rate and depth. Stray dust from the CB cement is minimized through the use of shrouding on the tanker. A first mixing pass combines the soil and CB cement, thoroughly coating the soil or asphalt particles with cement. During the second mixing pass, water is injected at a controlled rate to hydrate the CB cement and start the curing process. Immediately after the final mixing, the mixture is compacted using a sheep's foot roller. Additional compacting and smoothing is done using a steel-wheeled roller. The compacted mixture is then allowed to cure until the required hardness is achieved, typically in 5 days or 200 psi. The process follows similar steps for new road construction. First, the roadway is graded to shape it to the plan lines. A layer of CB cement is spread on from a tanker in the correct proportions for the local soil and moisture conditions. The CB cement and soil are thoroughly mixed in a first pass, and then mixed with water in the second pass. The material is graded, compacted, and allowed to cure. After approximately 5 days cure time, or 200 psi, it will be ready for the paving layer. You basically have a road to build your road on. The subgrade is so strong that it could be used as is, with no paving layer, for several years. Cement stabilization has a reputation as being the cure for problem subgrades. Instead of excavating and digging your way into additional, unexpected problems, cement stabilization is used to create a rigid layer that bridges problem subgrades. This is less expensive than excavating and eliminates the problem of trucking in stone and trucking out excavated material. But even on projects with good existing conditions, cement stabilization is less expensive than conventional methods because you can use a much thinner paving layer. Cement stabilized subgrade provides a more stable and solid base, enabling you to significantly reduce the paving layer. CB cement modified soil improves the CBR from a range of 4 or 5 in some cases to over 150, literally off the scale. With the conventional 4 inches of stone subbase, pavers typically lay down 8 inches of asphalt. With cement stabilized subgrade, pavement thickness is typically reduced to 6 inches on 2 inches of stone. In some lighter-duty roadways, only 4 inches of asphalt are required. With concrete, pavement thickness is typically reduced from the standard 7 inches on 4 inches of stone to 6 inches on 2 inches of stone. Reducing the paving material thickness makes cement stabilization a lower-cost choice than traditional methods. When preparing unstable or moist subgrades using cement stabilization, the savings range from 30 to 50% compared with conventional stone and fabric preparation. And the savings continue for the life of the road because you will have less maintenance. The major causes of pavement damage are subgrade problems and failure in joints. CB cement creates a rock-like subgrade that is impervious to water. No water in the subgrade means it won't be victimized by frost and heaving. The hard shell created by the cement-stabilized subgrade helps support wheel loads across joint edges, reducing flexing that leads to damage. And the subgrade actually gets stronger with time. As the CB cement continues to react with the soil, it continues to grow stronger over time. Cement stabilization isn't a new process. It's been around since the 1940s when it was developed by the military to quickly build strong runways and roads. It is only recently that the equipment has been developed that allows us to economically use this time-tested process. Engineers and maintenance superintendents around Northeast Ohio agree that cement stabilization by Cem-Base is the way to go. Robert Klaber, Strongsville City Engineer, says, "We've cut slots for roadways in several subdivisions and found spongy, wet conditions. Instead of waiting and hoping for good weather to dry things out, we used cement stabilization and did the projects on our schedule." Gene Esser, Summit County Engineer, says, "We've tested our roads after stabilization and found them to live up to their billing. We have a solid subgrade that we expect to last a very long time."
Yes, I would recommend this process to anyone that has an interest in building up their subgrade, stabilizing their road bases to improve structural carrying capacities. It's really the way to go, and I think that the more and more that the word gets out, I think that you'll see this used throughout, I'm sure, this area, northeastern Ohio. Before we get ready for future projects here, we're going to sit down and see just how many of these projects we can develop this Cem-Base product into, because we really feel that it's the way to go. It's the future here for the city as far as cost savings and structural integrity of the streets.
Whether you have a new road or a reclamation project, whether it's a routine job or repairing a troublesome stretch of street, cement stabilization from Cem-Base will help you build stronger roads and save you money today and every year down the road.